let's go through some time frames here. Excuse me. So right now I just closed my short on, and I think the price is going to go lower, but what I can count right now is one, two, three, four, and five waves on top of the 8 EMA, 8 minute chart here. And we have 14 minutes left to close on this candle. All the RSI and stuff is very bearish, uh, which means it's bad news for me. The MACD is pointing upwards. There's only, well, there's only one, two waves, but it looks like we've got a huge divergence here um, on this time frame. Boom, boom. There's one, and then it made another one right there. So that's a huge time frame, a divergence here. We haven't crossed yet on the 144. Perfect hit at the 65 RSI top right there, 65, while this one was at 75. So right now I think that we're gonna bounce, okay? And so I have a bunch of orders set, probably all the way up here. I have some at 92 as well. So this is going to be the chart that I follow. I'm going to use a stop loss above here if I open up this, and this is a really good video I think so far. And I got to make more data points, more references and whatnot for relevant. Um, so this is Chainlink. See that the 618, basically it got undercut. I entered, unfortunately, not close to the 61.8. Also, we were at resistance just like this in the 144. I believe it was on the 34-minute chart. Where's that 144? And now we're downtrending on the 144. So right here we're basically at, and the support and resistances, they work like gold. They work like a charm right now in this market structures. Here's Tezos. Tezos is one that I missed a long entry. Um, I missed a long entry, but so here's the head and shoulders. You see this? Boom, 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 and then we just invalidated it, so we just broke out. If I pull it up on the exchange, I can also short Tezos, but I think it still has one more wave upwards. We do have that divergence between the RSI, the MACD, and the bullish charts. Um, it looks like we're forming some type of um, uh, leading diagonal, fifth wave diagonal. Here's what I'm looking for, Chainlink. Maybe I can just go to Tezos and start shorting this guy because it looks ready to come down. Uh, Shortly. Not yet. This is not, maybe this is not a leading diagonal and we're just going to get stopped out very easily. So it's not my trade right now unless I'm longing it. This 55 looks really beautiful. We just broke out right now. We'll see if it's going to be a leading diagonal. But I don't think it will be. Look at these moving averages pointing up like a like a superstar. The 55, we just broke the 65 on the RSI, which basically tells you for higher prices. Take a look at these RSIs. Hit 80 here on the bullish structure. We got 73 there, 70 with a triple top that looks like we're breaking out of. It's just looking pretty bullish to me. Here's my exchange chart. So we got a pullback. We just broke that one, and then we're heading basically to this 1618, which is basically a free percent if you ask me, or free 2%. So I didn't enter, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like we're forming for that fifth wave. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So here's my orders on Chainlink. I'm gonna keep my eye on this chart. it looks like it is getting distribution for sure. Um, and yeah, I got my dollar cost average entries, and I don't necessarily know how far we're going to go up, but I do think we're going to go up. Maybe a limit order is not the best at this point because I would use the same stop loss. I'd use the same stop loss, but I exited my position at obviously you can see I exited my position at 8235. So 8235, it was on market. I could have got a better price, 8235, and those things add up, right? It was a 0.34% as I'm scalping. So, and I closed it at 235. So right here, we're a little bit in profits on that. So I think that it's going to go up here. I think that we have 5 waves coming downwards. I'll put a stop loss above the top here. I shouldn't even really get there, but let's say I do get filled and it goes up here. I take a little bit of a loss, but yeah, a loss on my other position as well. So if I open up my tracker, I think I got in at 97, so like right here, and then closed it right here, so about 2%. Take a look at my tracker, it does that for me, about 2%. But this tells me I don't know what happened with my numbers right there, but anyways, 1.35%. It was a win. I'm happy with it. It was a 1-to-1. I believe that it's going to go lower. And yeah, I missed the Tezos pump. I knew it was going to pump. I mean, 1.382 extension. We got a 1-to-1 touch right now. So a little bit of resistance. You got 16K right there. But they're still buying up the price, as you can see on the order book. So Tezos was a good buy in my opinion. It still looks very, very nice. Very nice. Would you buy a pullback of some sort? Here's Tezos in the 3-hour chart. This is was the bearish structure, but you see how we popped over 65, which means that we can expect it to go to 80 to 90. Here's the B wave structure. So we're talking about it could stop here or it could stop here. So I'm gonna add an alert there as well if we break that top, which would mean that this is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking at for Tezos. So they're not in harmony right now, Link and Tezos. I don't have any like we're breaking some resistances, and so but yeah, this chart here looks like it wants to cool down pretty soon. I can probably get a short entry, but at the same time I don't want to risk it because of the fact that this thing could spike 7%, it can spike 1%. My stop loss would be at this point, my stop loss would be 3.5%. I'd rather wait for this 0.9 to get hit for the B wave for a 2% stop loss. But realistically, I should have longed it and stopped being such a wimp when it comes to longing being a bull. So we got two 618 extensions here. Let's go ahead and add that because I think it's a relatively decent level to hold if it comes back. For the EMA, I use EMA and I use Fibonacci support and resistances. There's also going to be this guy here for the 382. So here comes the pullback, what looks like to be a decent pullback. So let's take a look for double confluences here. You see that 1618? It's at 325. let's go ahead and say 326. 326, remember that number as we go to um, the Fibonacci structure that I just, for the B wave. Where's the B wave? Oh, we're getting alerts. Sorry about that. That's link crossing 85. That means we haven't got filled yet. So what did I say? I said 2.5, right? So I said 2.6. So that would basically mean that if we go back to the exchange, we touch the 1618, and we're also at some decent confluencies for this channel here. So lots of volume coming in the market. I'm getting a little excited for a short entry, not right now, but soon. Let's go ahead and look for some more signals, like some divergences. And I'm just trading right now because for fun and to make some catch. Yeah, so there's some definitely bearish divergences forming, except on the 15-minute where it becomes a larger resistance. So guys, I really think that this thing wants to go up. I mean, it looks very, very good. It looks very, very good right now. Where did my indicator go? You know, the one I'm talking about? I'm talking about this, the channel line. Not that one. What did I have it on? The hour? I flip it. Oh shit. So this thing's spiking. We just got filled. For sure. Okay. But it didn't get my last order at the 61.8. So considering that was a lot of volume, I'm probably just gonna end up closing a position here soon. Or I could, depends on what Bitcoin's doing as well, eh? So look at my order, it didn't get filled yet, but that was a big wave upwards. So now we have to ask yourself, is this an ABC coming downwards instead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. I think that was a C. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that this is a 4, supposedly. Anyhow, let's take a look at what we sold it at. So we got one at 87, and then we got one at 90, 90. And then, I mean, maybe I should have canceled my orders so I could have so let's go ahead and book that in the spreadsheet. But yeah, that was a decent thing. I want to see the Tezos channel though. I don't know what happened to my Tezos TA channel, technical channels. Where is it? I have to re-add it. But anytime I get filled, yeah, this is a good short, I think. Look, on the 3-minute, very bearish MACD, very bearish RSI, and your stop loss would be let me add it on these charts. So yeah, there you go. It just dropped 0.5%. That was an opportunity cost, something called an opportunity cost, being in link and not shorting this guy here, because the risk to reward is really tight, and you can tell that we're right at the channel top. Therefore, we can reasonably expect that there's going to be more downward prices. And if you need a stop loss, obviously, you take a look at this Fibonacci, and then there you go. Look at this thing tank, right? So that's about 1% that I missed out. I would probably have closed it here if you have the balls in the dividend to close it there and then try to re-enter. That's how scalping works, man. Because we're talking about, especially on a small account, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. That's literally 3% in 3 seconds. And then the next target would be right here as everything starts to cross over, right? So they're almost. But I don't like how it's taking its time to do that. That's looking like it's going to come down. Let's take a look at our trade. Let's take a look at our trade, see how it's doing. It looks like it's trying to catch some support here. I'll keep an eye on it, but let's go ahead and enter this up. I'm averaging downwards, which is not ideal. It's not ideal at all, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. It's actually, I'm not respecting the rules. I'm averaging upwards, and it's that kind of makes me uncomfortable because what you're supposed to do is average downward, meaning adding to your winners. Okay, because it's just how it works. But if you take a look at the last trade that I made, it was a profit, and I'm still following that system or that plan because I wanted a 3-to-1 risk to reward. And if I actually exit at the bottom, it increases my risk to reward as I re-entered for a free 1.2% instead of not doing anything and being closer to break even. But my break even price is all the way up here plus a 1%, so right about here to break even now, right? 1.34% to break even, the top. So all good. You know, we did get filled with how many, or the history, 89. And the thing with adding downwards is that you keep the same position size. And you're actually adding to your position size. So you're getting bigger in size. You get that? So right now my average price is 788 for the next trade. Here was the trade I just did, so 7.88. And see how that was my size last trade, and here's my size this trade is 144. Okay, 144. So I mean, we're missing about 100 links, which is $700, and I'm waiting to get filled a little bit higher here. But if I don't get filled, I think that this would be a better entry right here at 4.5 right there as that resistance. But this is the 61.8, so I'm gonna stick to that bearish zone. If I do calculate what I just entered, what did I say? 788. So we're about break even right now on this trade as we speak. So yeah, we bounced, we hit the EMAs to open up this chart here, and this is my beauties. These are my charts. I love them so much. I'm taking a look at this chart here. If we break out of the 65 RSI, we're at 60 right now. I'm expecting us to go down to 45. If that happens, great. But we would have to probably bounce up there. Like there's 45. We just bounced up 45 on this chart. So it all works together in harmony, and that's what I have to find, the harmony of it, the mix and balance. The 8 is actually looking like it wants to cross over. Um, this can probably either go up to the 65 zone or 60 and sell off. Um, but yeah, so these are the charts that I'm looking at here. If I wanted to take a look at the bear market cycle, it's all about timing. But I think that these are the better charts to take a look at. We hit the top of this thing and then we're bouncing a little bit. It's all about timing here. Here's the bullish perspective on Tezos. Looks like they're buying up the price right here. I'm losing a little bit of steam here. I'm gonna have to get some water, close the video. But yeah, that's it for this trade basically. Here's Chainlink on the 5-minute. This is a weird type of volume where they're trying to defend or whatever it is. The next buy, let's say that we keep scalping, would be on this moving average, which would be about 2%. If we keep doing these percentage gains, this is going to be really good. Ethereum actually went up 13% in the past 24 hours. I didn't get in on any of it, right? So if you can take a look at my spreadsheet, most of my positions are shorts. I have one long. I don't know. I mean, I have to get into the habit of going long as well. I haven't done that yet on this trade. Like I do long, but it's like 13%. I missed yesterday. Um, you know, I missed Tezos just right now. So it's about the courage and the understanding. So there's a bull and a bear strategy, and you have to organize them uh, in order for you to be able to be confident in your ability to trade correctly. So yeah, here's my trade on Link. But like I said, my position size decreased. Oh yeah, also the count that I was looking at here was an A, B, C, D, E, something like that. But that didn't necessarily work out. And I'm waiting for this. And let's say that it does go down. It's all good. Like I'm not gonna add to the winner because I'm scalping right now, and I'm just getting in and out. But I really do want to swing trade. Like here's the on the higher time frames. So here's Tezos. But the thing with swing trading is that if I'm in a long-term short, I'm gonna have to long. That's why I like shorting, because I could hedge and I could long, excuse me, when I see an opportunity. But if I long, I can't hedge against a short. Hope that makes sense. So let's say I get in right here. For a short with a stop loss above like the 1382 or something like that, which is large, very large for a swing trade. Um, it's about 10% stop loss. So instead you can have a stop loss here and then re-enter 5% away. Or you can go long and anticipate that this is going to go upwards. So if you take a look at, what chart is it? Let's just use this chart here. So huge dump happened there. It came back up. Lots of sellers here. Came back down on low volume and then dumped on low volume still. But perfectly basically gets the bottom of this, right? I bet you it was on some type of support as well. But anyhow, and then after that, spikes were at like 20%. I thought it was 50%. Where's the 50%? That was in a longer term trend. So that's why it's important for us to buy this one right here. And so that's a study on Tezos where it really does respect its support. So it dumped, went up, it dumped. That could be your C, and then look, it's up 50% from that bottom. So it's about the discipline, the confidence, your knowledge, and your ability to do, right? To stay in your trend for long enough until the end. Because yeah, it was 50, it went up 50%, but it took 17 days. So are you better off uh, day trading and like within 17 days, do you think you can accumulate 50%? Well, I don't know. But if you went long here, you couldn't take any shorts. And if you, here's where the compound profit starts to work. And I don't have, unfortunately, have the knowledge right now necessary for me to do this. But you buy here, and you buy breakouts and stuff like so. You're adding to your winner. And here, maybe you would have got out and taken your loss or taken your whatever it is, 7%, right? So and then came back down, and you could have re-added on this support level. So that would have been a very good trading setup. But unfortunately, at this time, it's we're closed, right? So in the past, this is what happened there. So let's just go ahead and add this upsloping resistance, right, like that. Okay. All right. Are you ready for this? Da, 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 da. Are you ready for this? So with that being said, there's two things that can happen here, and this just increased our probability um, of this, the B wave being the 0.9. So I would add a box right here, and I would honestly, that's a little bit too extended for me, but I would make it red. You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, we would have a lower low, and that doesn't really flow with the chart. But what does flow is if you go ahead and add this command, maybe something like that, where the angle, we get a higher high and then we dump. With obviously we get a divergence always on those levels. So that's what I'm looking at for Tezos for swing trade short. Swing trade short. If it breaks the top, you take your loss, and then you wait for the B wave. Possibly you could maybe lose twice here as the price starts going up. I'm not sure yet, but I'm undecided. When we get this bell, this little ting 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 at 325, we're gonna remake our decision. I'm gonna make a longer technical analysis video for Bitcoin, and yeah, so I'm gonna close this video, and I hope everyone's having a good time and doing good with their trading. I hope you learned something. Like, subscribe, um, and yeah, try to learn as much from this video as possible. Peace.